Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is BRIX back with what I believe is episode 8 of building Tobruk. I have done a lot of progress, and I'm going to actually split up into two videos. One, which this video, about the minifigures, and then the next one, which you can get a sneak peek of, which is finishing the detailing of the mug, which I'm really excited about. To begin with, about a week ago, I got in my Brickmania order, contained the weapons and helmets and sticker packs for all the minifigures that I will use on this mock. Again, these are the same sort of sticker packs I used on Karan 6 months ago, and I cannot be happier with them. They are terrific, they are cheap, and if you're someone like me who's collected a lot of minifigures, or are older and don't have leg printing and things like that, and can be pretty easily converted into soldiers, or even just have random torsos and stuff like that, it is very helpful with these sticker packs because you don't have to spend a fortune on printed torsos. And even when I was looking to buy some parts on lego.com, a bunch of the new minifig parts that they have include things like torsos and legs, so you know, these sticker packs are becoming even more economical. That's my little rant about how good sticker packs are. Sorry for taking up your time. Anyways, like I said, today's topic will be about the minifigures. I'll show you a lineup of, I believe, what will be the final minifig selection for this mock, and you guys will let me know what you guys think, hopefully. Let me cut to that. Alright, everyone. So like I said in the last clip, this episode is going to focus on the minifigures for the mock. So these are not all of the minifigures I'm going to use. I have quite a few more scattered about, but I felt like this is a good sample size to get a good idea of what the mock will look like with figures. So from left to right, we first have a traditional British, full tan with a Bren gun. And so I only have one Bren gun, but that is him. And then moving on, we have a guy with a stem gun. And all of these guys have the same uniform. There's two guys, one with dark tan, one with light tan helmet, Lee Enfield rifles, and then of course the Lewis gun. So that's the British forces. So yeah, that is these guys. And in the next cut, I'll go into depth with these figures. So moving on, the next group of figures is the Germans. So this is the Afrika Korps. So in addition to 9 Afrika Korps soldiers, I also have 4, I believe, gray German Wehrmacht that I had in my original Karan mock. And so yeah, those are the guys I'm going to use as well. So, it's supposed to be like a lot of Germans against a few British or Australian and the Rats of Tobruk. So that's what the plan is for these guys. As you can tell from left to right, Car 98, MP40. There's an officer. I don't know, I really like the goggle view. I might get a hat for him in the future, but I mean, for the moment, the goggles actually look pretty cool, I think, with the stick grenade, and then I have one MG42 as well. And yeah, so that's what these guys will look like. You can see that the Germans are much more varied. So there's like Car 98 pouches, MP40 pouches, pistol officer with the pistol, Car 98, Car 98. So I tried to be sort of consistent with what the pouches were supposed to represent and the kind of soldiers that would actually wear that uniform, to just be a bit more accurate. As a disclaimer, in the final, you'll see that some of the soldiers actually use M1 carbines with the foldable stock, just the foldable stock, and I did do research, and they did use them in small numbers, and I figured it would be like a nice Easter egg, because if you think about it, the British wouldn't send the best equipment to the Australians, so they might be stuck with American stuff and things that the British might not want as much. So let's go into close-ups of figures. Alright, so starting with the British, like I said, this is a traditional World War II British Tobruk officer. I got dark tan and light tan helmets because I felt like it would add some nice color, because the whole mock is basically just a bunch of tan. So, dark tan would stick out a little bit more. And if I, want to use these soldiers in another mock, or if I want to use the helmets, I wouldn't have to buy as many new ones, and I can just use these dark tan ones. That's sort of the rationale. So as you can see, up on the front, the guy has those pouches and, like a collared shirt. And the sticker, I think I've gotten pretty good at applying them. And then these are some tan legs that I've, of course, Sharpied on. But I tried to take off Sharpie on some of my, clone troopers because I might sell them. But the problem with that is it smears, and so I didn't want to risk it with these guys since I don't actually have that many tan legs left, so I felt like I'd just leave it for now. And then spinning around, you can see the back, pretty standard canteen, some more utility stuff on his belt, and then of course the helmet. That is the British. So moving on to the Afrika Korps, these guys, I don't know if you've already been able to tell, but some of them, as you can see, over there, have 10, and some of them have green legs. And so, you know, in the reference images I was looking at, I saw that as well. And like I said, you know, the goal is to also add some color, so it's actually pretty nice to look at. And I think you guys, when you see the final mock, will understand why. But yeah, so this guy, like I said, has the Car 98 pouches. Don't mind the heads. I mean, I just used whatever ones I had, and I tried to make them a bit varied, so some of them might look a bit off. But anyways, like you can see, and the camera doesn't pick up the light super well. Thought home, then tan, and I got a bunch of those for my soldiers. And then you can see the sticker is actually not applied super well on this one, but you know, it's not a steep learning curve, but it is a learning curve to try to learn. That's why, you know, it's a bit off, because this was one of the earlier ones I put on. Yeah, you can see Car 98 pouches. Sorry about that rant about the sticker applying. Car 98 pouches, face, helmet. Car 98 tried to match the weapons with the equipment on the like belts and stuff. And then moving around, you can see like canteen. It's a bit more detailed than the British guys or the Australians. So one interesting thing I could do is these British guys did come with like stickers for the legs, but I don't know if I want to ever reuse these legs for maybe these guys, or try to do Japanese soldiers or something like that in the future. So I don't know if I'd want to, you know, put the stickers on. But if you have a strong opinion, please let me know in the comments below. I think we can go to the outro. These minifigures have been covered pretty in depth. Alright everyone, like I said, don't want to show you too much of the mock, but I think you can see a sneak. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a lot of talking, but I felt like I went through some pretty important details about the minifigures, addressed some of the concerns you might have about the, you know, selection of minifigures, torsos, legs, things like that, you know, all of which I think I gave pretty rational descriptions about. Anyways, yeah, this is probably the thumbnail shot, but anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm having so much fun with this series. It's a really nice break from, you know, schoolwork and everything like that. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye.